Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for being here this morning. One of the challenges of being a keynote who's coming after an amazing, impactful panel is that the panel has pretty much covered everything under the sun, and all you're left to do is to summarize the key takeaways from there. So I had planned for you like some 200 slides, which I'm not going to present, because I think the panel did the job for most of us. And I want to take a moment before I dive into my presentation and my keynote. I think it's been an impactful and a great learning morning, and I don't mean that lightly. You meet marketers and you meet professionals from diverse industries in conferences such as these, and you'd be lucky if you walk away with some takeaways that impact you personally. Fortunately for us, the panel this morning had people, each and every one of whom had an impact, at least on me, in a very meaningful and a personal way. So first off, I want to take a few minutes on the panel itself. I want to thank Smriti for amazing research leading up to the discussion. I think she did a fabulous job. I think, great. Love the appreciation for the panel. I think Varun, Sahil, Gandham, Rajni Kumar, Namali, Supriya, Priya, Rajesh, Andy, everybody brought out aspects of purpose-driven marketing, sustainability, and interspersed it with brand purpose in a very interesting manner. You know, purpose-driven marketing and brand purpose can sometimes be seen as two concentric circles with some bit of overlap. That you have a brand purpose which is about market share, which is about growth, which is about revenue targets, and you could always have a purpose-driven marketing which is all about the purpose. But when you have an intersection of these two circles, that is where you find the true core of audience engagement. And I think that is what brands that they lead and the brands that they work for are fortunate to have them, driving that agenda. So the rise of sustainable purpose-driven marketing, what is it all about? I think since a lot has been said about it, I think the words, the semantics themselves say a lot. Sustainability is all about making sure that not only do we preserve this planet, this world, this universe, and this country that we live in the manner in which we found it, but make sure that generations coming beyond have something to look forward to. That we are taking from this universe what is legitimately and minimally needed, and making sure that we are leaving enough behind for the world to continue to survive and continue to thrive for generations that are coming after us. How does purpose play into that role? Purpose is all about making sure that you are not driven by purely commercial, selfish interests in terms of what you're doing, but you are actually standing for something which is more than what you're doing, which is more than the commercial impact that you do. It's about societal impact. It is about impacting the citizens and the residents of a country in a manner that they feel appreciative of the efforts that a commercial organization is making towards their betterment and not just trying to sell them products. I think in a nutshell, if these are the two aspects that brands embed in their core, you will see that brands will become a lot more successful. I see a lot of young students and young professionals in the back row sitting there. I don't know if they're taking notes, but I would seriously urge you to take notes from everything that has happened today, because tomorrow you will be handed over multi-million-dollar budgets. You will be given the opportunity to run marketing campaigns and create brands and do a lot of stuff. And these learnings, if you really take it to heart, will allow you to be not just a successful marketer, but a good human being. And that is what we all aspire to be. So what is purpose-driven marketing? It is basically the key to growth today. I spoke about the fact that consumer expectations is shifting as time, technology, economy, societies progress, right? But ultimately, it is the authenticity and impact of your brand in terms of how it touches the customer and how genuinely the customer feels about your brand that really determines how successful your brand will be. Brands today that are not connecting with the societal ambitions of sustainability and purpose are actually going to be left behind. So it is not just an incentive to be sustainable and purpose conscious, but it is a disincentive not to be, because you will be rejected by the audience if you are seen only as a parochial, purely commercial, selfish interest driven brand. And therefore, you need to engage with socially conscious consumers by creating change in the world. And since you've heard a lot of thoughts, I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of campaigns in this presentation. So there's some exciting stuff to look forward to for all of you, which will actually exemplify all of the facts that I'm sharing, which is more of a summary, and more of the facts that the panel kind of before me covered. So let's start with the first one.
पहले पंखा आएगा, फिर बिजली आएगी। पंखा आएगा फिर बिजली आएगी।
बारी को क्लास में
तुम तो कल क्या बोल रहे थे? पहले पंखा आएगा फिर बिजली आएगी।
रूठी रूठी रोशनी।
तू मुझे मानता है ना? पहले पंखा आएगा फिर बिजली आएगी।
लागे
अरे काके चलो
किधर? हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
ये पंखा आएगा फिर बिजली आएगी।
पहले पंखा आएगा
बिजली आएगी। ऑन करो।
हम सिर्फ वातावरण से बिजली नहीं बनाते हैं, जिंदगी में रोशनी जगाते हैं, खुशियां फैलाते हैं। अदानी, हम करके दिखाते हैं।
What an amazing way for an energy company to connect with the audience. Talk about the purpose of spreading happiness, spreading light. They could have said we bring the best technology, we bring cheaper energy, we bring energy to places where grid is not available. They could have given all of the logical arguments. But the campaign, and these campaigns are reflective of the marketing plan overall, reflects that fact that they're leading with a purpose of enriching people's life, making them happier and making them resources available. And that's really what sustainable and purpose-led marketing is all about. So consumers today demand a lot more than just quality products and services. That's a given, that's a hygiene. If you're offering good quality products and services, the consumers are not going to thank you for it because they're paying for it and they expect that value. It is really about companies that take bold stances and companies that say that I am going to be more than the product and the service that I'm offering, that win the customer loyalty. And that loyalty can transcend generations, it can transcend decades, and can build economic value in an iterative manner that is amazing for most of the brands. So for those who are looking at it purely from a commercial lens, please remember that investing in a sustainable purpose-driven marketing actually pays multifold over the lifetime of the campaign and of the product itself. I'll give you another brand that I guess most of you love and see how they connect with sustainability and purpose-driven branding. Lights down.
You have the power to make a difference from the moment you wake up. Power your home with the sun. Refresh with a low-flow shower. Feels good. Air dry your laundry instead of tumbling. Eat more leftovers and reuse a humble bag. Leave the car and use your legs. In a rush? Take the bus. Become an expert recycler. Easy peasy. Enjoy fresh local produce. Make the things you love last longer. And give old treasures a second life. Good friends, they could last forever. For 0 food miles, grow your own. For an extra quick meal, use a pressure cooker and induction hob. Eat more greens. Why not try some veggie balls? Choose a low-flow tap. Power up your car with clean power. Power down your heating or aircon. All you need is great insulation. And LEDs? Always a bright idea. What a difference a day makes.
Thank you. So if you didn't already love IKEA as an amazing brand which offers useful services and products, you'd love it even more knowing how they relate to sustainability and purpose in a big way. If you go to an IKEA store, you would have seen the massive cloth bags that are available there that allows you to not just buy the product but use them for, in a recycled manner. If you see the do-it-yourself products that they sell, it is all about using wood, plastics and any other materials in a manner that is sustainable and that is livable. And if you have an IKEA product, however old it might be, if you take it back to the store, if you are having a problem with it, they will help you repair it. They will actually give you a repair kit for free. So there's a lot more that I can keep talking about. IKEA itself will be a couple of hours presentation, but here's one brand that really embeds sustainability and purpose and therefore finds success in the marketplace. So one of the things about trust, purpose and sustainability is transparency, which means that I as a brand can pontificate, stand up on a podium and say, I am a brand with purpose, I am a brand that works for sustainability. But the audiences and the consumers are so sharp that they can identify authenticity. So when you're committing to such a campaign as a marketer, it's imperative that you look at being real about it, which means commit and do what you're committing. And that's really the most important thing. So as they call it, there's a term for it called greenwashing. A lot of companies, have this green logo, sustainability logo. They get some awards for sustainability sponsored by some commercial bodies and think that they've done their purpose so that they can put it in their quarterly earnings report or their annual report and their job is done. But unfortunately, that doesn't get them very far. It might get them a few brownie points just for the sake of the financial returns that they get. But really what they need to do is to engage with the consumers in an honest and a transparent manner, and that is what will really get them to do that. So brands basically need to clearly communicate and act on their stated environmental commitments. And I'll give you another example of a brand that does that beautifully. Lights down, please.
एक दिन हमारे गांव में किसी ने नहाने का सावर रख दिया। हमारे आधे गांव ने पानी पी लिया और एक शहर वाले का नहाना अभी खत्म ना हुआ।
What an amazing initiative. I don't know if you looked at the number there, 450 billion gallons of water saved, right? That's like amazing amount of water saved by a commercial enterprise, but done in a very sustainable manner. The whole concept around taking shorter showers, saving water, there's a lot of municipal campaigns around it. There's a lot of brands that are working on it, but it really becomes a human imperative. And the more you embed that habit as part of your brand promise, the better it is. A lot of us who are in Mumbai and from Mumbai, I know there's a lot of global and domestic Indian audience as well outside of Mumbai. But for those who are in Mumbai are used to the fact that if the lake level has gone up to 98% and we are assured of water till July next year, then we take it easy with water. But what we really need to understand is in the interiors of Maharashtra, which is like maybe 180 or 200 kilometers from here, there are areas that are still drought prone, that the water that they are able to save does not live them through the life. Why should the water which is collected in Mumbai stay only for the Mumbai citizens' benefit? Why should we not use the surplus to make sure that there are irrigation projects that make sure that water is available to those communities? That really is talking about people who are your friends, family, co-citizens. And when brands really start investing in those initiatives, then they endear themselves to the consumers in a way that nothing else can. So I'll give you another brand. You think of everything as just being like a Levers being a very large company and therefore being able to do that, or IKEA being a furniture company but being able to do that, or Adani being a power company to do that. What about financial services? How does a financial services company link or relate to creating a better purpose? They are all about lending money or taking your money, whether they're doing the wealth business or the assets business, that is what it ultimately comes down to. So how does a bank relate to an audience or a consumer base with a higher purpose? I'm giving an example from South Africa from a brand called Nedbank. The CMO there is an award-winning and a very dear friend of mine, Kensi Nobanda. And Kensi has been the Cannes Lion jury. She's been awarded for this campaign. And you all talk about physical fitness, getting up in the morning, doing yoga, exercises, whatever it is that gets you going. How about your financial fitness? And that is what this campaign sort of juxtaposes in a very interesting way. Lights down, please.
Now let me tell you about your personal best. It's the things you do when no one's watching. The tiny steps you take that add up every single day. Don't sweat the small stuff, they say. How about you do? Don't just watch from the sidelines. Get off the bench and get in the game. Go the distance. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. The only person holding you back is the one in the mirror. Push till the way becomes your way, until your small actions make headway and life becomes your buffet. We all gotta eat, right? Now listen, no one said it would be easy, but consistency will pay off. Your habits, well, they'll either break you or make you. So make them count. Now imagine, just for 1 second, imagine you did all that for your money.
So you see how a brand is kind of linking the physical fitness aspect and therefore embedding a good habit in their citizens and in their consumer base, and at the same time talking about their brand. So how do brands get started with purpose-driven marketing? I think the previous panel also covered this extensively. I've kind of summarized it. I'm not going to kind of get into the details of each of these, but basically you need to define your purpose very clearly, communicate authentically, engage with your community. I think Supriya spoke about the two-way conversation with the audience. I think a lot of other examples were given, including Varun's example of how to create bingo with multiple SKUs and multiple shapes, thereby engaging with the audience in a way differently than they had done before. Commit to long-term impact. I think one of the panelists also spoke about it, but there's no two ways around it. It is not a flash in the pan, once in a quarter, backed by a limited budget campaign. Irrespective of what budgets do have, you need to plan for a long-term game on sustainability and purpose-driven marketing, because that is the only way it will yield dividends. I'll give you an example of a brand called Kia. Long before EVs and hybrid cars became the rage and everybody and their uncle started manufacturing and a lot of us started buying them, there was a company, Kia, which outside of the US and the Tesla business was one of the first to go for hybrids in a really big way. I'm sharing a campaign from Kia, which you may find it hard to believe is 8 years old. It's a 2017 campaign. But look at their commitment to the brand and commitment to sustainability right from that day, which is giving them dividends all over the world. And now, obviously, Kia is a big brand in India as well. So here we go. Lights down, please.
Hey, Melissa, the whales need your help.
I love whales! Go, Melissa! Let's protect those whales!
Hey, Melissa, now the trees need you. The ice caps are in trouble. Hey, Melissa, now the rhinos need saving.
It's hard to be an eco-warrior, but it's easy to drive like one. Introducing the most fuel-efficient crossover, the Kia Niro.
So you can all be a hero if you really believe in the cause, right? Again, measuring the ROI, I think enough has been said about it, but I'll kind of quickly headline it as well. Yes, it does give you a return on investment. It is not just about doing a CSR or doing some good for an optical PR impact. It's about making a real difference to your bottom line, not just your revenues, but your profitability. It leads to a larger customer loyalty and retention. Your brand starts to look differentiated and stands out in the crowded marketplace. Your employees feel proud of your brand, right? I mean, you ask any Tata employee whether they feel proud about the brand. They do. That's simply because of the fact that over almost more than a century, the Tata Group has embedded those values and created that, cause or a purpose-led marketing for the corporate brand that gives them dividends even today. And of course, for those of you who are looking for quick returns on your quarterly KPIs, there are social media metrics that have immediate impact when you actually do a genuine, campaign, which is, not just a campaign, but a whole marketing program around sustainability-driven metrics. So clearly, there is solid ROI to be had, and if there is a compelling reason needed for purpose-driven marketing, this could be one of them if you're not, excited by all of the other advantages that I've spoken about. Let me give you another example of a brand that has done that amazingly, and they do this in every market differently. I'm taking an example from UK. Lights down, please.
Hey, I've just finally got some time to do my own thing.
I'll send you a link.
I'm doing some prints, trying to make accessories from them. Oh, I'm really, really happy you like them.
Hey, it's Kay Davis.
What's happened?
To be honest, it's just not what we're looking for.
Kay. Hey, good to see you.
So their purpose is not just selling coffee, but making sure that you're writing your own story as you enjoy their coffee. So the coffee is a subtext. It's your purpose in life. It's your ability to do what you really like to do, what you're good at, that makes you who you are, that really defines their brand marketing, and that's what endears them to the audiences. So, final slide. What does this mean for marketers in the coming year? I know all of you are getting set for your year-end parties and Christmas and New Year breaks and saying, okay, another year done and dusted. But for the marketers who are really looking to make an impact in the coming year, you need to take a stand on social issues and genuinely support causes that are relevant to the brand. Forget about the fact that this DEI cancellation ecosystem is coming in from US and a lot of brands are under pressure given the... Sorry about this. That's a problem when too many devices are connected, right? So yeah, so the point is, forget about the dissonance, the noise that you're getting from the US. Forget about the fact that there is a world leader who thinks that climate change is a hoax and all of this is nonsense. It's a temporary fad which is feeding a very limited constituency. I think the world has risen up to the fact that the time has changed and it has changed for good, and all of us as marketers need to continue to do that. So we need to embed sustainability in our campaign, communicate it transparently, use storytelling. I think I love the fact that everybody in the panel spoke about that we're all storytellers, right? Which is a fact. Ultimately, stories convey the emotions, they convey the salience, they convey the USPs, the word that was used, to sell products and services. So therefore, you need to be great storytellers as brand managers, as marketers, to be able to really take sustainability and purpose to the next level. You need to create immersive brand experiences. Allow the audiences to engage with you. I think Supriya spoke about sampling, right? I mean, you may be able to do limited sampling, you may or may not be able to do it, but please do whatever you can to engage with the audiences and allow them to experience your product without necessarily paying for it, so that you build that word of mouth, you build that DNA in it. And last but not the least, you can't conclude a conference these days without talking about AI. It's not a bad thing. Please leverage AI. Please leverage AI and data to offer hyper-personalized interactions. I don't mean invade anybody's privacy. Obviously, that's the wrong thing to do. But within the bounds of what is commercially acceptable, please make sure that you are engaging with the audience for a segment of 1. N is equal to 1. And when you do a micro-segmentation, which is right down to an individual unique customer, that is where you will see the dividend and the connects that really form with the consumers. So, Yeah, there's another small campaign that I wanted to show with you. But before I kind of show this campaign, I wanted to take a moment and say that most of the campaigns that I've shown today, part of marketing, they're all ad campaigns obviously, are with brands that are not there. And I currently, I mean, as I shared, I'm the group CEO for Eros. We are an out-and-out entertainment company. There is purpose, but our purpose is entertaining people. So I'm not going to show any of the videos that we do for promoting our films or web series. But there is a brand that I have worked with in the past as a group head of revenue, which is a print media brand. And print media, newspapers are all seen as documents of yesterday, not really impacting the audiences of today. But the fact is that if the paper stands for something, then it connects with the audiences in a true, genuine way. This was something that we felt genuinely about because it was very impactful for us in markets such as Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and a lot of other interior areas. And I'm about a vernacular or Hindi newspaper group. I'll name it. It's Sainik Bhaskar Group. And this is a campaign that I co-created with Piyush and the Ogilvy team. And Piyush just passed away earlier last month, and we're all heartbroken for it. But it just goes to show the kind of work and the kind of connect that the brand had with the audience, and that Piyush and the Ogilvy team could help us communicate that to the audiences in a big way. So this is the last one that I'll be playing today. Lights down, please.
बोलो कैसे
ए खड़ी हो चल 50 दफा समझा ली तेरी मां को जल्दी कर कितनी बार समझाया तेरी मां को स्कूल की जरूरत ना है ना वो मांगती है ना तू मांग
अरे भाई साहब
क्या है मास्टर
क्या कर रहे हैं आप
देख नहीं रहा क्या कर रहा हूं चल काम कर अपना तू भी चल
जोड़ के हमने जोड़ी अपनी टोली हाथी से डर गई चींटी की टोली जो हमने ठानी वो ना छोड़ी हाथी से डर गई चींटी की टोली जो हमने ठानी वो ना
हर बुरी जिद का इलाज है एक अच्छी जिद। दैनिक भास्कर, जिद करो दुनिया बदलो।
Thank you very much. And that is the sum and substance. Purpose is the new performance management tool. It is the new performance. And sustainability is its currency. I wish you all good luck in this journey. I wish you all the very best. And I wish sincerely that you stay committed to the cause of purpose and sustainability in a genuine way and reap rich dividends out of it. Thank you very much.